believe so. Like I said, it was a couple months. I don't really remember everything that happened, but I remember he did come to first appearance, and I even before I asked him, I said, "You still here on that warrant?" And he said yes. But he's still present in court.
Okay, I'll save him. Mr. Lovelace will save to the very end, but we'll deal with Mr. Bermudez before we deal with Mr. Lovelace. And I can just inquire as to him because I believe he was seen over the weekend and I wasn't the judge that was there. So we'll try to figure it out together.
Okay.
Good morning, Miss Fitzgerald. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. Good, and you?
I'm doing well. Deputy Lee, how are you?
I'm very well, Judge. How are you?
I am doing great. This is what is it? A blessing that we only have 24 today instead of the 40 plus persons we had on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. I'm happy that the number is smaller today.
Yep. Okay.
We had
So
twice this amount the other day.
yes, and we only need one person, correct, for a Miss Fitzgerald?
Yes, sir. Pedro.
And
Pedro. Oh, which one is it?
Come up here. Everybody stand up.
okay. All right, we're going to get started and then we'll deal with Mr. Rio Shedro? Apologize, sir, for butchering your name.
Rios Huerta.
I can't. You say it better than I can, Miss Fitzgerald. Would you raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you swear affirm that you would do to the best of your knowledge, skill, and training, translate these proceedings from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English?
I swear.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Good
welcome.
morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Buenos días, señoras y señores. Esta es su audiencia preliminar en frente del juez administrativo del día de hoy.
My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court.
Mi nombre es Brad Gardner y soy el juez que los va a entender hoy.
I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you,
Estoy aquí para informarles acerca de los cargos que hay en su contra,
to advise you of certain rights,
decirles cuáles son sus derechos,
to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail,
imponer fianza en aquellos cargos que tengo autorización para imponer fianza,
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
darles la fecha de la audiencia de preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
y para determinar si usted necesita un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing,
Usted tiene derecho a mantenerse en silencio y no decir nada.
but should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you.
Pero si usted renuncia a ese derecho de mantenerse en silencio, todo lo que usted diga podría ser usado en su contra en una audiencia en el futuro.
So please don't discuss the facts of your case.
Así que por favor no hable de los hechos de su caso.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights.
Durante la audiencia de hoy y cualquier audiencia en el futuro, usted tiene los derechos que le voy a mencionar ahora.
To the presumption of innocence,
Presunción de inocencia,
to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors,
una acusación formal de un jurado superior para una felonía o una acusación si es un cargo menor.
to a speedy and public trial by jury,
Un juicio rápido y público frente a un jurado.
to see, hear, and question witnesses who were called to testify against you,
Ver, sentarse, escuchar y hacerle preguntas a los testigos que vinieran a testificar en su contra.
to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf,
Obligar al tribunal a que llame testigos en su favor.
to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense,
dar su propio testimonio o traer evidencias en su favor,
to have an attorney represent you.
tener un abogado que lo represente.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one could be appointed to represent you if you qualify.
Si usted no tiene dinero para pagar a un abogado, a usted se le nombraría uno gratuito aquí del tribunal.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail.
Algunos de ustedes van a poder poner fianza sin restricciones y poder salir de la cárcel.
These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property.
Esta fianza se puede pagar con dinero en efectivo, con una propiedad o a través de una compañía.
Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places.
Algunos de ustedes van a tener una fianza con ciertas restricciones, como no ponerse en contacto con alguna persona o no poder ir a ciertos lugares.
You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail.
Si usted sigue en la cárcel, usted no puede ponerse en contacto con la víctima de este caso.
If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial.
Si usted viola alguna de esas condiciones o restricciones, usted sería enviado de vuelta a la cárcel y quedaría en la cárcel hasta el día del juicio.
You could also receive additional felony charges.
Y además podrían imponerle ciertos otros cargos de felonía.
It is important to note that if you post, it is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond.
Quiero aclararle que si hay una víctima en este caso o en su caso, esa persona no puede venir a pagar la fianza.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail.
Algunos de ustedes tienen cargos en su contra en los cuales yo no estoy autorizado a imponer fianza.
In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date.
Si ese es su caso, su fianza se escuchará frente a un juez de un tribunal superior y se le va a informar cuándo va a ser esa audiencia.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time.
Si usted está con libertad condicional o probatoria en este momento, yo no tengo autorización para imponerle fianza tampoco.
Whether bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest.
Una vez más, si usted está bajo probatoria, una audiencia frente a su oficial de probatoria se va a llevar a cabo para determinar si tiene derecho o no a fianza.
The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you.
La siguiente audiencia que le correspondería se llama audiencia de causa probable. Es para determinar si realmente había causa o hechos suficientes para meterlo preso.
The standard at this stage is very low.
Probar eso es bastante bajo, o la probabilidad.
A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred.
El juez de audiencia de causas probables solamente tiene que determinar si había una causa básica suficiente como para haberlo metido preso.
Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing.
Usted tiene derecho de renunciar a presenciar esa audiencia.
However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing.
Pero si usted no está seguro de ir o no ir a la audiencia de causa probable, quizás tendría que hablar con un abogado primero.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Ahora, si usted puede pagar fianza y salir, usted directamente esa audiencia de causa probable no tiene que ir.
You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date.
y va a recibir una carta diciéndole cuándo va a ser su próxima audiencia en la dirección que usted nos dio.
Finally, I need everyone to raise your right hand for me, please.
Por último, levante la mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear or affirm that any statements you make during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
¿Usted jura que todo lo que va a decir hoy aquí va a ser la verdad, solamente la verdad y nada más que la verdad? Yes.
Okay, let's start with
Baje la mano.
Mr. Rios.
Señor Ríos. Pedro Ríos. Ah, venga, señor.
Okay, sir, can you hear and understand the interpreter?
Señor, ¿usted me está escuchando bien y entendiendo bien lo que yo le digo? Yes.
Sir, you've been charged with one count of battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000.
Señor, a usted lo han acusado de agresión. Su fianza va a ser de $5,000.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Moises Rios.
Hay una condición especial en su fianza. Usted no puede estar cerca del señor Moisés Ríos.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201.
Su próxima audiencia de causa probable va a ser el 14 de diciembre a las 8:30 de la mañana en la sala 201.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
¿Quiere ver si le puedo nombrar un abogado gratuito?
Sí.
Yes.
You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Ok, señor, usted califica, así que le voy a nombrar un abogado para usted. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
No.
No.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Se puede ir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Fitzgerald. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Honor, you too.
You too. All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Let's switch over to the ladies' side. We have Miss Dixon, I believe is first.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. You're charged with one count of aggravated assault. Bond is going to be set at $10,000 and one count of battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post this $15,000 bond?
No, sir.
Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond, stay away from a Donovan Lowe and a Latanya Zachary. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your ability to bond yourself out. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, not really.
Did you say no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, ma'am. You're free to go back.
Thank you.
Ms. Hardwick? Ma'am, you're charged with one count of contributing to the delinquency or deprivation of a minor. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post this bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, no.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Ms. Hart. Ma'am, you're charged with one count of disorderly conduct. Bond's going to be set at $1,500 and one count of criminal trespass. Bond is also going to be set at $1,500. Do you believe you can post this $3,000 bond?
No, no, sir.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond yourself out. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Ms. Johnson.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. You're charged with 3 offenses. One is criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. The other charge is battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. And then you're charged with another count of battery, says to a pregnant female. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. So you're going to have a total bond of $15,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yes,
There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Keon Mitchell. Do you understand that?
yes,
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
yes, sir, and you said again that my bond is 15,000,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. And,
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. It seems like I cut you off. Is there something else you wanted to ask?
no, I could wait until you're done, I'm sorry.
I'm done with what I have to say. Is there anything else, ma'am?
Would I be able to tell my side of the story on December when I do go to court? Because the accusations and the things that was said is false information.
Okay, so the date that I set in December, hopefully you would have bonded yourself out of jail, and that date gets reset. So when you bond yourself out, the technical definition is the case is bound over to the Superior Court of Clayton County by operation of law. So you will have time to speak to your lawyer about your side of the story, and the sooner generally is the better. So the lawyer can investigate your side of the story, and then you will have every opportunity to tell your side. In this country, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just wanted to know, like, was there any witnesses on the case at all? Was there any evidence provided?
Hold on. So there was an officer, looks like Farley, that came to the magistrate court on June 26th of 2021.
So there was a court date already?
No, ma'am.
Okay, he just.
You gotta stay with me.
Okay.
An officer came to magistrate court on June 26th, I think I said, of 2021. And the officer sought 3 warrants for your arrest. And what the officer alleges is that on the criminal damage to property charge, that you became upset through a conversation with Keon Mitchell and damaged the phone. And it alleges that you instigate or initiated a second fight with the Michelle Corbin. And that'll be a stay away provision as it relates to Michelle Corbin also. Um,
Is that the officer being a witness on the scene, or that his statement that they gave him when he arrived? Because when I was there, there was no officer on the scene. I was not aware that anyone was on the way. I was told by the lady of the house to just, to just leave. And and I did so, because I did not want to be charged with criminal trespassing. But I had no knowledge of the police being called. I would have stayed, even if I was not on the property, I would have stayed. I did not speak to an officer for them to be a witness, and nobody was there. The house do have cameras around it though. And there was the lady of the house that was also present during this time, so I understand why her statement was not given.
so ma'am, when an officer comes and seeks warrants from a judge,
Mhm.
the judge places the officer under oath, and the officer testifies to what the officer has observed. It's not a court proceeding. It's a totally one-sided proceeding.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, that's why when you're arrested at the earliest time, we appoint a lawyer if you want a lawyer, so that an investigation can be conducted into your side of the case. And then when the case is transferred over to state court or superior court, that's when both sides get to bring their evidence together, and a judge listens and a judge renders a judgment. Okay?
Yeah.
So you are relatively young,
Yes, sir.
and what you need to understand is, if you're going to hang around people that are going to lie to the police, you're going to spend a good part of your life before judges. So what I hear from you is that someone is basically making this story up.
Yes,
So
sir.
all I can tell you is make better choices about where you are and the people that you're around. That's all I can tell you, man.
Thank
Is there
you.
anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Ms. Robinson. Ma'am, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Bond is going to be set at $20,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond, to stay away from a Keith Favors. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I don't
You're-
know that is.
Okay, I'll come back to that in a second, okay? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
I'll be getting my own lawyer, sir.
Okay. So, the allegation in this warrant, ma'am, is that you placed a handgun against the head of a Mr. Keith Favors, and threatened to shoot and kill him. And the allegation is that this was done on November 4th of 2021. So that was yesterday.
No, sir.
So-
I haven't touched anyone. I never did any of those things. I didn't touch anybody. I don't even know those people.
Okay. I just said one person, you said people. Okay, ma'am, don't say anything else. Please speak to your lawyer and let your lawyer represent you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, you're free to go back. Miss, is it Yamani? Or Yamini?
Hello, how you doing?
Doing well, ma'am. You're charged with one count of simple battery bond set at $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond. Stay away from Jalecia Oliver. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Can I tell you what happened, sir? Or I have to talk to my lawyer because the officer.
Hold on. I'm here. Let me finish what I have to do, and then I'll tell you this spiel. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. Now, I'm here to answer questions, but if this is being recorded, and if you start saying facts about your case, a prosecutor can pull this up and determine that you may have misstated one fact and then use that against you to show that you misstated one fact and now you cannot be believed or trusted.
Yes, sir.
There's absolutely nothing you can tell me that's going to change my decision.
Okay.
So it's generally not in your best interest to start trying to test your case before me in this setting.
Okay.
Speak to your lawyer about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
Anything else?
I just had a question about the bond. So it's like $400 or something. It's like, isn't it 10% of that?
Yes, ma'am. It'll be roughly 10%.
Yes,
But
sir.
as I tell everyone, I don't work for the bonding companies. So what they charge is what they charge. Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
No, can I bond out as soon as I get the bond? I can bond out as soon as possible.
So the process is when I'm done with this hearing, I complete the paperwork and I send it back over to the sheriff's department. They enter the paperwork in, and then you're able to bond out. So the longer you and I are sitting here talking, the longer you're going to be in jail.
Okay, I was trying to ask a question. Okay. And do you know if that'll be today or tomorrow? Do you know if that'll be today or tomorrow?
Ma'am, I haven't gotten to the mail side yet.
Okay, that's fine.
The jail can't do what they need to do until they get the paperwork.
Yes,
So I
sir.
may get a person that wants to talk 30 minutes every time. And if that's the case, then you may be in jail until tomorrow. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know.
Yes, sir. That's fine. I was trying to ask the question. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you for your assistance. I hope that you're off this weekend. If so, have a great weekend.
You too, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Is it Balderacera? Slera?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're charged with one count of loitering or prowling. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. One count of giving a false name, address, or date of birth. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. And one count or possession or use of drug-related objects. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. So that's going to be a total bond of $4,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Any way you can do kind of lower?
I'm not going to lower the bond.
I sure can try to do so.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
But do I have a bond, sir?
Yes, sir. Total bond of $4,500.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. You're free to go back. Mr. Boswell. Sir, you're charged with 4 driving related offenses, and these offenses are set by schedule, which means they're automatically set. You're First charge is driving a vehicle without insurance. Bond's going to be set at $1,000. The second charge is driving a vehicle on a suspended license. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. The third charge is knowingly driving a vehicle with a suspended or canceled registration. Bond is set at $500. And the final count is driving a vehicle with a concealed tag. Bond is set at $500. So you're going to have a total bond set at $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Borland?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are also charged with driving related offenses that have been set by schedule. The first count is driving under an influence of alcohol. It's going to be set at $2,000. The second count is a red light violation, which basically means running a red light. Bond is going to be set at $500. Third count is an open container violation. Bond is also going to be set at $500. So you're going to have a total bond, sir, set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. Courtroom 201, that date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
What about getting back and forth to work?
I'm sorry, sir.
What about getting back and forth to work? How that work?
Is your question, what about getting back to work?
Back and forth to work, like, is my license suspended or like how does that go?
Okay, so generally, sir, that's a question that is within the domain of your lawyer. I believe the form that is used is called a DDS 1205 form that deals with whether they will seek to administratively suspend your license because of this charge. Now, your lawyer can negotiate with the administrative law department. Your lawyer can get you a temporary license. There are things that you can do so that you can get back and forth to work, but you're gonna have to look into that. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Okay, sir. You're free to go back. Mr. Burnett.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with one count of failing to stop or yield at a red light. Bond is going to be set at $500, or a stop sign, I'm sorry. Bond's going to be set at $500. One count of fleeing from a police officer. Bond's going to be set at $2,000, and one count of driving a vehicle on a suspended license. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. So you're going to have a total bond, sir, set at $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer, Mr. Burnett?
Yes, sir. Can I?
You do?
Yes,
You
sir.
do? Hold on, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Now, I cut you off. What did you want to tell me?
So, I have a bond for the stop sign or yield for how much? $500?
So you have two charges, the stop sign charge and the driving on suspended license, that they're both set by schedule, which means when you walk into the jail, they already have a bond set.
Yes, sir.
The sheriff's department is required by law to add fees to any bond amount.
Yes, sir.
So the $500 bond is probably going to be, it may say 583 or something like that, but that's related to the fees that the sheriff's department have to add. So the number that they are giving you is the final true and correct number.
Yes, sir. So it's 3 charges.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the stop sign or yield bond would be how much again, sir? I'm just trying to get everything right. So when I call my own kid's mother, she can have everything right.
Okay, so the number that I give you, the numbers that I've given you today are
Yes.
gonna be on the low side. They're
Okay.
not gonna include the fees that the
Yes.
sheriff's department is required to add.
I understand.
But I'll do this. So I have $4,000. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit higher than that.
Yes, sir.
The bonding companies, because they work with the sheriff's department all day, every day, and their business model is to get people out of jail. They'll know what the fees are.
Okay.
So if she's gonna call them, they'll be able to tell her this is the exact number and this is what we're gonna charge.
Yes, sir. One more question, sir. Then I'm out to help. So the stop sign, they have a bond, suspended license have a bond, but they say the fleeing from police. I didn't have no bond when I came in, so I have a bond now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so everything adds up to $4,000.
Yes, sir. And again, it's going to be a little bit higher, but you can go and you can make contact with your baby mother or the bonding company and let them know that you have bonds set for everything now.
Okay.
And that by the time I get through this process, like I told the young lady, the longer I'm here on camera, the longer it takes for me to finish my paperwork to send it back to the
Yes, sir.
jail.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So sometime today, this information will be entered in. I don't know, because my job is to answer questions.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay, the fleeing from police, what was the bond amount on that?
$2,000.
All right. Okay, well, thank you, sir. You
You're welcome.
have a blessed day, sir.
You too. Mr. Khan, sir, you're charged 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Bond is going to be denied on both of these charges at this point. There's going to be a stay away provision, stay away from a Devon Cannon. And also, let's see, there was another person. I didn't write that other person's name here. And Keith Favors. Do you understand that?
One more time.
Bond is going to be denied on both of these charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, stay away from a Devon, D-A-V-O-N Cannon and a Keith Favors. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. You're going to have a bond hearing date set for December 17th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, that's all.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Is it Ducati? Okay, are you Mr. Mariama Ducati?
Yes.
Okay, sir, you're charged with 1 count of loitering or prowling. This is a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Oh, yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Drummond?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with 5 offenses. One is following too close. Bond's going to be set at $500. The second account is hit and run by accident. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. The third charge is driving under the influence of alcohol, and it says with combined substances. I've set the bond at $5,000 on that charge. One count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, which is simple possession of, looks like methamphetamine. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. And one count of use or possession of drug-related objects. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. So it looks like you're going to have a total bond of, let's see, $11,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to find that you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see, Mr. Fair. Sir, you're charged with one count of family violence battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Harold Kennedy. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back, Mr. Fair. Mr. Hill.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hill, sir, you're charged with one count of giving a false name, address, or date of birth to a law enforcement officer. Your bond is going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Let's see. Mr. McCullers, is he there?
No, Your Honor.
So Mr. McCullers was here yesterday.
There's nothing.
And from looking at the warrants from yesterday, the warrant from yesterday and today, they both allege facts that happened allegedly on the same day. There is a deputy or investigator from the sheriff's department. I'm going to say Ronnae, Ronnae Tolbert. And she sought warrants on November 3rd and November 4th from Judge Bridgewater. And it seems to me to be the same act. And I have no idea, but they're separate warrant numbers. I have no idea what's going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, for just purposes of just not having this sit out here, I'm going to set the same bond I set yesterday. I'm going to send both warrants to Judge Bridgewater and ask if she can enlighten me about what is going on. I truly don't know.
Okay, Judge.
Okay. Let's move on to Mr. Roberts. Sir, you're charged with one count of simple assault. Bond is set at $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a jewel pollard. Do you understand that? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to find that you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Are you Mr. Robinson?
Sir.
Sir, you're charged with, looks like five driving related offenses. The first is improper lane change, and bond's going to be set at $500. The second is basically a super speeder charge. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. The third charge is driving under influence of alcohol to the extent that you're a less safe driver. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Fourth charge is obstructing or hindering a law enforcement officer. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. And finally, the last charge is driving on a suspended license. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. So it looks like you're going to have a total bond of $10,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
No, sir.
I'm sorry.
No, sir.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning. Courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to post a bond. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Sir.
Okay, you do qualify. Mr. Robinson, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
I think I got a hold on one, man. I want to see what do they gonna handle here, because it's a Forest Park, they gonna handle here. What? A hold from Forest Park. I wonder they gonna,
I'm the judge.
when they gonna handle here.
No, that'll be handled in Forest Park. However, and I don't know the specifics of your case, but in a number of instances, if it's a hold or something out of a municipal jurisdiction, hold on, sir. You can just pay, there's a fine associated with something, and that you can just pay that and the hold will be lifted. Okay, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Smith,
Yes, sir. I'll turn the camera around, Judge. He's in the wheelchair.
okay. Sir, you're charged with one count of simple possession of methamphetamine. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. That's a felony offense. And one count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. That's a misdemeanor offense. So your total bond is going to be set at $4,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning. Courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to find that you qualify. Mr. Smith, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Thank you, Mr. Stern.
You're welcome. Mr. Stern. Uh-oh, did you freeze? Okay, Mr. Stern, sir, you're charged with one count of disorderly conduct. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. One count of criminal trespass. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. and one count of simple battery. Bond is going to be set at $4,000. You're going to have a total bond set at $6,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
No, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for December 14th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, I do need a lawyer.
Okay, it says that you are employed. Do you know how much you're paid by, what hourly rate that you're paid?
That's actually my second day at ABM, and I was on my way to work, and he came and asked me for my grease card, which was given to me by my job, ABM, and I really don't understand why I'm here.
The question is, how much?
I don't know how much
you
I'm at, $11 an hour. I forgot in my first pay.
Okay, so you do qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. So the allegation here is that you were given commands to exit the MARTA property at the airport station, and you disobeyed those commands. That you became verbally violent, directing towards the officers what they say obscenities, which basically they're alleging that you were cursing them out. So the criminal trespass is failing to leave the MARTA property. The disorderly conduct is the obscenities that were directed towards the officers. It says that you also intentionally made conduct with one officer by hitting the officer on the left arm. And these actions were supposedly, they took place on November 4th at 8:54 in the morning. So that's the basis of the allegations against you, okay? Doesn't mean you did it. You stand here innocent until the state gets to prove it, but you said you don't know why you're here. So I just wanted to inform you of that, okay?
Yes, I'm informed of what happened, and I plan on proceeding to go to trial because that's the only thing I know. I was innocent. Basically, I was at work.
So, Mr. Stern, you stand here as an innocent person. These are allegations that have been made against you. That's why we try to appoint lawyers as quickly as possible so that you can speak to the lawyer and get into the part of defending yourself, okay? Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Wesley.
Can I get my insurance?
Sir, you're charged with one count of failing to register. I've set the bond at $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Sir?
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon hearing out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Please.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Question, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
All right.
Mr. Are you, let's see. Let's,
Mr. Bermudez.
okay. I was going to ask who you prefer to deal with first. Mr. Bermudez. Okay, sir, you're here on what's called a fugitive from justice warrant, and there may be some uncertainty. Have you appeared on a fugitive from justice warrant in Clayton County before?
I believe so. I've been here 4 months.
Mr. Bermudez, have you appeared in Clayton County on a fugitive from justice warrant before?
I'm not too sure, Your Honor, but I know I've been here 4 months.
So it looks like you were arrested on July 6, 2021 on 4 warrants.
4?
Yes, sir. 2021 WA 12946, 47, 48, and 49.
Well, I don't understand. I just know I bonded out every place I was here for in Clayton County
When did you bond out, sir?
a couple days ago, actually.
I'm sorry, sir.
A couple days ago.
Did you say a couple of weeks ago?
A couple days ago, I bonded out.
You said a couple of days ago, Your Honor.
A couple days ago. Okay. So, sir, what happens if you have charges pending in this jurisdiction? The fugitive from justice warrant doesn't kick in until you're eligible to be released from Clayton County. Okay. So now that you've posted bond, it appears that you have a warrant for your arrest out of New York City. And it appears the charge is homicide murder 2. And New York has indicated that they intend to extradite you, which is to bring you up to New York to face these charges. So when you're in the position that you're in now, you have the same rights and privileges as everybody else has, as I discussed earlier. But you also have a right to challenge this warrant. If you believe you're not Culture Bermudez, and if you believe that this homicide murder 2 warrant is not valid, you can challenge that.
You have a copy of the warrant?
I do not. I can give you the warrant number.
Is my attorney present, Thomas Florian?
No, sir. Was Mr. Flores supposed to be present today?
I think he said he was gonna provide me a copy of the said warrant. Cause I don't understand, but under cause I'm a public figure, I'm a music artist, under certain circumstances without prejudice, I'm definitely willing to go clear my name. But I just want to see a copy of the warrant, or at least the indictment, to see like what the hell is going on. Oh, sorry, excuse my name, see what's going on.
Would you like the warrant number, sir?
Yes, I guess that'd be cool right now.
All right now?
Yeah.
Do you have something to write with? Okay, what's listed here as the warrant number is F as in Frank 2021 200-155.
Now, is this warrant, is it a governor's extradition warrant or is it a regular warrant?
It is the warrant that's holding you here, and it's been issued out of New York. So the process as it stands is that you can say, hey, I'm not this Culture Bermudez person, and I can prove I'm not that person. Or it can be, hey, I don't know what they're talking about, that warrant as it relates to murder. Hey, that has nothing to do with me. And if you were to request that hearing sometime within the next 90 days, you would come back before a judge here in Clayton County. And that judge at that point will have the information before the judge for the judge to make the determination as to whether you are the person in fact named in the warrant, or whether these charges are charges that actually exist. If the judge were to make those 2 determinations, the judge would then sign off on the governor's warrant and tell New York to come pick you up. And state of New York would have 30 days initially to come and pick you up.
From yesterday or today?
From the date. Now, stick with me. This is where you've requested the hearing, okay? So it could be 90 days from now. Let's say date 89. And the hearing is held and the judge signs off on it. They would have 30 days from that 89th day, the state of New York, to come and get you. They could also request an additional 30 days that may or may not be granted. So potentially you're looking at staying here for 150 days before you're able to go back to New York. You can waive that process and say, look, I am Culture Bermudez. I don't agree that they're saying that I committed murder, but I want to go back and deal with this. And if you waive that extradition hearing, the clock begins to run today for the state of New York to come and get you. If they do not come and get you within the 30-day period, they again can request the additional 30 days, which would be up to 60 days. My general experience, as I've seen, is generally New York City Police are here already, ready to come pick the person up. You have done the right thing in hiring a lawyer to deal with this, but you should also hire a lawyer to deal with whatever the case is about up in New York, because Clayton County has no interest in your case at all, your guilt or innocence. We're just holding you because it's our statutory duty to hold you.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, are they ready to come with me now? Like you said?
I don't have.
I definitely don't understand the charges, but I definitely would like to clear my name. So yeah.
I don't have that information, but if you've hired Mr. Flores, I'm certain that he's already contacted people up in New York, so that he can have an understanding of what's going on with your situation. I generally tell people that if you waive your hearing, you start the clock running. Your charge is a more serious charge than most, but a lot of times I've seen people will, or we call it the requesting jurisdiction, which will be New York. Instead of spending the money to come get you, if there are lawyers involved and there are people involved, they'll just say, hey, we'll agree to some kind of bond or whatever. And as long as the person agrees to come back. And again, we have no interest in your guilt, innocence. We have no interest in your case. If New York City were to call the sheriff's department today and say, cut them loose, that's what they'll do. You'll walk out the front door.
Yes, I definitely may bond for whatever I'm here for. So.
Well, for the Clayton County stuff, but if you had taken care of the New York issue, you would be on the street right now.
I've been here 4 months. I'm curious to know where these charges even come from and why I wasn't brought up there like for the last couple months I was there. But
and that's something, sir, I have no information on.
I've been here since July, so.
And I mean, and I could, it sounds like what you're saying is that you didn't know that there was a warrant for your arrest out of New York.
I wasn't really aware. I really don't understand, but like I said, I'm a public figure. I do music, so I'm definitely willing to clear my name and get to New York so I can do that. So yeah. Okay.
I mean, I know you're saying you're a public figure, and I think I'm getting a little bit old. I have no idea who you are, so I have no.
I'm
I,
excited, man. You can look me up on YouTube on the same platform that this court about to go on. I'm sorry to let it go. I'm sorry.
do you have, I mean, do you know any information as to kind of how you're leaning, what you want to do?
As far as when we speak right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess like I said, I don't agree with the false allegations, but excuse me, sir. It's on the screen. I don't agree with the false allegations, but like I said, I do want to go clear my name.
Well, Mr. Bermudez, as you stand here, you're innocent of all of this stuff.
Yes.
I mean, the state has to prove you guilty. So this is not about, you know, whether you're guilty or innocent. It's about moving this process along so that you can get to the point of defending yourself.
Yes, sir. I understand now.
So do you okay, so I'm going to be doing totally different things next week. If I wasn't, I would just continue your case over. Mr. Flores, let me ask you this question first. Have you retained Mr. Flores, meaning you paid him?
Yes, he's definitely my lawyer on record.
Okay, so and for this issue,
yeah, from Plain County.
I mean the fugitive from justice warrant.
The actual what the alleged accusations in New York.
Yes, sir.
No, I guess he only got experience in Georgia, so I'm not so sure if he's he's definitely not my New York attorney. I don't know if I would even know. He's only here in Georgia.
So what I'm trying to do, Mr. Bermudez, is you've been perfectly respectful, and I am not trying to have you just hang around. If you're uncertain as to what you want to do, if you give me permission, I'll reach out to Mr. Flores and see if he has an answer as to whether he wishes you to waive or not. But it's still going to cause kind of a clog in the system, because the waiver generally, it doesn't start until my signature is on it.
Yes, sir.
So, but you have to sign also, and I don't sign off on anything until you've signed off on something. So if you don't know whether you want to waive or not.
I spoke to my attorney. Like I'm not against the waiver due to the fact that I'm 100% innocent, whatever allegations. But I just want to know, like, when the clock starts. Like, if they don't come.
Well, the clock starts when you sign the waiver and I sign it. So the clock will start today.
Okay.
So, but you have to sign off on it, and then the deputies will send me your information, and I'll sign off on it, and the clock starts to run today.
Yeah, I'm ready to go deal with whatever these allegations are. So.
Okay, so go ahead and sign the waiver, Mr. Bermudez, and then I'll just reach out to Mr. Flores. He's appeared before me a number of times, and I know he's a good lawyer.
Yeah, I spoke to him a couple days ago, so there's actually no problem between me and him. We have an understanding. But yeah, I don't want to hold this process back.
Okay, just sign off on the waiver. Yeah, sign off on the waiver, and they'll send me the information. And then the clock will start to run today. Okay. All right. So the last person we have is Mr. Lovelace. Is he going to be brought down, or do we need to wait?
Yes, Your Honor, he's on his way down.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera off and my audio off, but I'll still be here.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Your Honor, I have Mr. Lawless here.
Wait, come here real quick.
There you go, so.
Okay.
You ain't seen.
Mr. Lovelace, this is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. You're charged here with one count of criminal attempt to escape. Bond's going to be set at $10,000 on that count, and one count of interference with government property or damage to government property. Bond's going to be set at $5,000. That's going to be a total bond of $15,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
I don't know right now, sir.
Okay. Do you currently have a lawyer?
I don't know. I called my dad, asked my dad.
How long have you been in custody?
11 and a half, man.
And you don't know if you have a lawyer or not?
And my mom passed away. She used to have get lawyer for me, but I mean my dad might know some. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I got different stuff going on.
Okay.
Different states. You know, the jurisdiction changed. So I don't know. I got point.
I'm gonna set a appoint a lawyer to represent you, Mr. Lovelace, okay?
Yes, sir.
Your current preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for December 15th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
Yes, sir. You have police support or no?
I do not. I have what's called a warrantless arrest affidavit. And allegation is that while in the infirmary at the jail, that you attempted to escape by going up what they allege is a plumbing chase, and that you damaged sheetrock and things like that. And that's where the damaged government property comes into play.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, sir. You're free to go back.
Have a good one, sir.
You too.
All right, Your Honor, are you done for today?
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hold on, Your Honor. Hold on, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
okay, so we had a little bit of complication. So, Fair, he actually never came to court.
Fair?
Yeah, Jeffrey Fair.
I thought I addressed him.
So the one who came as Jeffrey Fair, that wasn't him.
Okay. Do you have Mr. Fair?
Unfortunately, no, he's still in medical at this time.
Okay.
So we had to do, I had to go leave for an escort.
Who was the person that that came down?
I forgot his name. But Mr. Fair, and did you ever see, his last name is Diakite, Diakite. Was he ever seen in court today?
Yes.
Okay. So Mr. Fair was never seen today in court.
Huh. So we don't know who I was speaking to.
That is correct. He was saying that was his name. He was saying that was him. But when I went back to intake to take him, I'm not intake. When I went back to the infirmary to take him back, the actual Mr. Fair showed up.
Okay. So the reason I'm asking is because I can continue Mr. Fair, but if we don't know the person, who that person is, we don't know what to do with him.
He was never on the first appearance list. He was never on the calendar for today. But he was in the same cell as Mr. Fair. But at this point in time, Mr. Fair is here. He's here in the jail. But he just never appeared today in front of you.
Okay. So I placed a stay away condition on Mr. Fair's case. So that means I would have to speak to him directly. Let's see.
If you still need it, we can go get him or have him continue for tomorrow. It's up to you.
Go get him. I have time. I don't want to. I try not to spill things over in the other judge's lap.
Yes, sir.
So I'll just mute my audio and turn my camera off, but I'll be here.
Yes, sir. We'll go get him right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Deputy Lee. Sorry,
Okay, Your Honor.
they're coming back for this one person. Let me, I'm gonna call you right back, okay? All right, thank you. All right, bye. Okay, are you Mr. Jeffrey Charles Fair? I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Fair, sir, you've been charged with 1 count of family violence battery. I've set the bond at $5,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Harold Kennedy. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
You're
What
going to
is
have
so when is the next court date if I don't, bond?
December 14th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201.
Okay.
Do you want me to appoint a lawyer to represent you?
And can I get like a public defender?
It will be an appointed lawyer, sir. These are misdemeanors. The law firm is Lister and Holt, Holt, that handles the misdemeanors in Clayton County.
Okay, it'll be free, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Is that your desire?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, sir. You're free to go back.
All right.
Deputy Lee.
Yes, Judge.
So I was on the phone with Judge George about Mr. McCullers, and apparently the person who sought the warrant, she had placed the wrong incident date in the warrant. And so when Mr. McCullers appeared before me yesterday, her intent, the deputy's intent, was to have that warrant withdrawn and to issue the warrant that we have Mr. McCullers on here for today.
Yes, Judge.
But it's the exact same incident, exact same charge. And so I am just going to send this through today. So we don't have to go get Mr. McCullers and
Okay.
bring him back.
Okay, Judge.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too, Judge.